Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazooie here, and welcome to episode 69 of Skin into Glory. And today, I've got a little bit of a different episode, simply because we completed all the challenges with each single silver 5-star skiller. So that means we move into the gold ones, and I thought it would be cool to pretty much show off all the squads I built around each single 5-star skiller, and just talk about them, you know. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this episode. If you like the concept, I will be doing it for the gold ones too. And of course, do let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to leave a like on the video as well if you do enjoy it. So yeah, we move on to the first player. That is actually going to be Botaka. He was not the first 5-star skiller we used, but since he's the lowest rated one, we're going to be starting off with him. He's 66 rated. He has pretty decent looking stats for a 66 rated player, I think. 86 pace, which was his highest stat, and also the reason why I actually liked him in game. He was actually quite fun to play with. You can see it right there: 35 games, 15 goals, and 7 assists, which is not too bad. And you can also see the squad on your screen, which was in the 4-3-2-1 formation. A pretty fun team to play with. Probably one of the best teams I've used in this series so far, with the man of the match Yaya Toure. You also do notice that we got Memphis Depay there. Even though he's a gold 5-star skiller, we were able to use him since we obviously got him in a pack, which was pretty nice to get as well. But overall, the team was really fun, and Botaka overall was probably one of the best players in his team, despite him being really low rated. Then we move to the next player. That is Fedor Martinez. He was originally the first 5-star skiller we used in this series, but since Botaka got that skill upgrade, he's now the lowest rated 5-star skiller in the game. You can see it right there: 55 games, 18 goals, and 8 assists as well. You might be wondering why it says 55 games, but that's actually because I also play with these players off screen, since this is actually my main account, which I pretty much do all my videos on. So that is why you see that I actually played a lot more games with Fedor Martinez than I usually would have, since I play 15 games with each 5-star skiller. But Fedor Martinez, he was also quite fun to play with, but he was not as enjoyable as he was last year, since he was actually the highest rated silver 5-star skiller on FIFA 14. He was really fun to play with back then. This year he was okay to play with for his rating, but I definitely enjoyed Botaka more than him. Then we move on to his team, which was in the 4-3-3, and then the second variation, which was actually a pretty fun team to play with as well. We also got an inform James Rodriguez with Pabon, who I remember was actually really good in this team. Also quite fun team to play with, but probably not the best team to play with, since it only has one 5-star skiller, but that was because Fedor Martinez was the first player we pretty much used. Then we move to the next 5-star skiller. That's actually going to be Nusi. The first time it was actually a 5-star skiller in Ultimate Team, and all I can say is that he's actually pretty fun to play with as well. 82 pace, 76 dribbling, 66 shooting. His finishing was actually pretty decent for such a low-rated player, which was one of the things I noticed in game. And 82 pace was just perfect for him, especially since he has a decent dribbling as well. And overall, also the team I used him in was actually really fun to play with. We got Inform Maynes, I think second Inform Pogba, also Nyang. So yeah, as always, links will be in the description down below if you're interested in this squad as well. Then we move on to the next 5-star skiller. That is actually going to be a striker. That is another Ciffi. You can see it right there. Played 212 games with him. Also 87 goals and 53 assists. He is probably one of my favorite silver 5-star skillers, despite the fact he's only 68 rated. He is just so good in game. He's definitely one of my favorites, like I said. Also, the first year, he's a 5-star skiller, since I think he was a bronze last year with only 3-star skill moves. So I'm curious to see what his card will be in FIFA 16. But the team I built him around, which was in the 4-3-2-1 formation, was also really fun to play with. Especially the midfield was really solid. We also had Diego with awesome free kicks. I remember I scored a really cool free kick with him. We also had Turer, the right forward. So if you sort of want to make a hybrid team around Ciffi, with not just using Makhai Steven, I would definitely recommend this team. Also, Arda Turan was an awesome player, despite the fact he only has 4-star skill moves. Yeah, we move on to the next player. That's going to be the first Brazilian. That is actually Elton, who plays in the Saudi league. Also quite fun to play with this year, although his finishing is, for me anyway, not really the greatest. I still managed to score 18 goals with him in 43 games. Also got 5 assists, which I guess is okay. But he's not really the 5-star skiller I enjoyed the most, simply because he is he's really small. He gets pushed on the ball a lot, and also, as I said, his finishing isn't the greatest. I still used him in, I think anyway, his best position, which is in the center forward, in the false 9 formation. Overall, overall, the team was awesome to play with, though. It was also the first time for me using Charisma, I think, in this squad, since he is also a 5-star skiller. We packed him. But yeah, overall, the team was quite fun to play with, although Elton was not really, at least for me anyway, not really the player I enjoyed the most in this squad. And then we move on to Makhai Steven, his first version, since this guy actually has 3 versions in Ultimate Team. You can see it right there, 36 games, 20 goals, and 9 assists. Overall, Makhai Steven is also just one of my favorite silver 5-star skillers to use in the game. 86 pace, 80 dribbling, which is really, really good as well to have for a silver player. And just the team I built around him, which was in the 4-5-1 formation. I think the first time I used Ribery in the squad as well, since he's also a 5-star skiller, we actually packed, which was awesome. But yeah, Makhai Steven, awesome player. I think also one of the silver 5-star skillers I used the most alongside Ciffi. I think I only played 36 games with him though, but that was because I think I sold this version on, at least the version we used in this team on, for I think 150k, because there at one point I think Makhai Steven was like price locked or something, and I just decided to sell him on and buy him back. So that is the reason why his stats might be a little bit confusing, since it only says 20 goals. But I think overall I scored a lot of goals with this guy, since I played him in so many squads throughout the Skill into Glory series so far. You can see on the screen as well that we also used this inform, and this inform was also pretty awesome to play with. 94 games, 20 goals, and 16 assists. And then we also got a Celtic version, which I only used I think in 1 squad or in 2 squads. I'm not really too sure. 17 games, 2 goals, and 2 assists. That is the Celtic version he actually got, I think, during the winter upgrade. So yeah, Makhai Steven, as I said before, also one of the 5-star skillers I enjoyed the most while playing with them. Then we move on to the next player, that is Shikabala. Played 45 games for them, 21 goals, and got 4 assists actually. And to be fair, he's also awesome player to play with. I actually used him in a squad with Inform, Makhai Steven, and Ciffi, and this team was also just really, really fun to play with. We also got Uchan there as a center mid with 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. This is definitely a team I would recommend. If you don't have the coins to, for example, pick up Team of the Year Ramos, definitely go with his regular card, because his regular card is also, I think, one of the best center backs in the game. Then we move on to the next player, which is going to be Masuku, the South African left mid. Played 67 games with him, 11 goals and 12 assists, which is not the greatest. I've used this guy a bunch of times before as well, just to see if I actually managed to like score more goals with him, since I think I used him in the 4-5-1 formation. You can see the team on your screen with inform, I think second inform Lacazette, inform Gourcuff, and also I think second inform Benzema. But yeah, this team I think was not really the team I enjoyed that much. I think it is the least favorite team in the whole series that I used. So yeah, I would not really recommend to use it if you want to build a team around Masuku. I think he would do a much better job as a left winger, even though I used him in that position as well, and he didn't really perform for me that much. But that might be because Masuku overall is not really like a really, really good player in game, since he's quite short, only has 54 physical, also his strength is not really the greatest. So yeah, I think Masuku is probably the 5-star skiller. I think maybe alongside Fedor Martinez, that I did not really like that much anyway. If you want to try him out though, I would probably say use him maybe as a left mid, since that is actually the position I scored most of his goals with. You can see right there, 11 goals. Then we move to the next 5-star skiller, that's Zino, a player I actually got a little bit surprised with, since I got 13 goals with him in 22 games. Which I did not expect at all. I thought he would be a 5-star skiller that would be like really, really bad when it comes to finishing. Since I used this guy before at the very start of Ultimate Team, and I couldn't score a goal with him. So my hopes with him when I used him in the Zino skill squad weren't really that high. We also played again Ribery in this team. Overall, this team was quite fun to play with though, and also Zino was a player that actually surprised me, like I said. I got 13 goals, which I think is not too bad. Also 1 assist. You could also maybe try him out as a center forward, just like with Elton. But I think as a center to commit, he will do a very, very good job for you if you wanna try him out. Then we move on to the next 5-star skiller, that is Vitinho. Probably one of my favorite silver 5-star skillers I've used so far throughout the series. He was awesome to play with. You can see that the amount of games as well. Played 163 games, got 50 goals, 15 assists. That is, I think, not too bad. He's also alongside, I think, Makhai Steven and Ciffi, probably the 5-star skiller I've used the most when it comes to like building squads around each 5-star skiller. The team I used around him though was actually in the false 9 formation as a center forward. I've used this guy in so many positions, and I can just say that he will do a very, very good job for you in pretty much any position. I've used him as a center mid, which is actually the position he's currently on. Also as a center attacking mid, even as a CDM. I think anyway he will do a great job for you if you want to build a team around him. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next 5-star skiller. There's actually an upgraded one, that is Bolasi. Got 23 games with him, 20 goals and 2 assists, which is almost a goal a game. And that is actually how much I liked him, because I think Bolasi is also up there alongside with Makhai Steven and also Kishna, which I'll go to in a second. Awesome player to play with. He also got an inform. I don't think I used him actually in this series. I might actually do that when we move on to the gold players. But yeah, Bolasi is definitely a player I would recommend to you guys, because he's one of the few 5-star skillers that also has really, really high strength, which is something you do notice in game. That is also one of the reasons why I liked Bolasi so much, just because he's really strong in game, and also has that pace and just fantastic finishing for me anyway, because he scored quite a lot of goals for me. The team I built around him was actually pretty fun to play with as well, which was in the 4-3-3 formation, but actually upgraded Lacazette, upgraded Fekir, also Wellington Silva, another 5-star skiller. So yeah, if you want to build a team around him, definitely go with this team, since I think it is just an awesome team to play with overall. Then we move to the next player, that is going to be Michael Arroyo, the Ecuadorian. Also, this guy has amazing shooting, 74 shooting, 88 pace, 75 dribbling, and also 74 physical, which is not too bad either. Just like with Bolasi, he's also very, very strong on the ball, has awesome free kicks in game, which is also just that little bit extra that Arroyo has. You can see from his stats, 67 games, 45 goals and 11 assists, which is not too bad. And the team I used him around, which is also in the 4-3-3 formation, also with Ciffi and the inform Makhai Steven, again also Vitinho, also probably one of my favorite teams I used throughout the series. So yeah, if you want to build a team around Arroyo, definitely go with this team. I would highly recommend it to you guys. Then we move to the next 5-star skiller, that is actually Kelvin, a player I don't really like that much this year. I think he was better in, for example, FIFA 13 and FIFA 14. That is also the reason I don't really use him that much when it comes to building squads and stuff. I just prefer Wellington Silva over him, since there is also another option when it comes to Brazilian right wingers in this year's Ultimate Team, which is nice. But yeah, Kelvin, he's okay to play with, but again, I did not really enjoy him that much, or at least I did not really enjoy him as much as last year. The team I built around him, though, was in the 4-3-2-1 formation with Jackson Martinez, Memphis Depay, again Vitinho, Leroy Wijnaldum. Overall, a really, really strong team. But I think when it comes to like deciding which player I prefer, Wellington Silva or Kelvin, I would go with Wellington Silva, since I think he just plays better in game for me anyway. So yeah, we move on to the next player. That's actually going to be Wellington Silva. I talked about him a little bit earlier. 91 pace, 80 dribbling, 64 shooting. And you can see from the amount of games I played with him, I really like him. 127 games, 51 goals and 28 assists. And the team I built around him was actually in the 4-2-2 formation. I used him as a right mid, which I think is not really the best position to use him in. But despite that fact, he actually performed very well for me. And I also used him in plenty enough teams where he was actually a winger. So that is also the reason why I just wanted to test him out as a right mid. And he actually did a very good job for me. Although this team was not the most fun to play with. I think even though we got I think second informed Sanchez, I think that is, or first informed Sanchez. We got Gonzalez as a left mid, who was pretty amazing. Just the players are amazing in this team, but the team overall did not really play like that good. So I would not really recommend it to you guys. If you want to build a team around Wellington Silva, I would just recommend to play him as a winger, since he doesn't really get that much involved when you play him as a right mid. Then we move on to probably my favorite Silva 5-star skiller in this year's Ultimate Team. That is Ricardo Kishna. He also got an upgrade. Played 116 games with him, 50 goals and 9 assists. And yeah, he's just so good to play with. Only has 59 shooting. I've said it many times before. That 59 shooting is an absolute joke in game. It definitely feels higher than it actually just shows you like on his card. His finishing stat in game is, I think, pretty bad, but as I said, he plays amazing for me, and he scores a lot of goals as well. This was the team I built around him in the 4-3-3 and then the fourth variation, with also Maxime, another player we actually packed, which was nice. Also, I think third in form Arjen Robben, also probably one of the best best teams I played with throughout this series. So I would definitely recommend it to you guys. If you of course want to have another 5-star skiller in the team, you could maybe change the team around. But I think when it comes to like just playing with skill moves and stuff, and just actually want to win games as well, I would definitely recommend it to you guys to build this team. Even though it is quite expensive with all the informs in the team, I think it is still worth it to build it. Then we move on to the final silver 5-star skiller. That is actually Usama Assaidi. Played 76 games for them, 23 goals and 20 assists. And despite him being the highest rated silver 5-star skiller, he's not really my most favorite. He's okay to play with. I think he's somewhere there with Kelvin. Like, his dribbling is awesome, his pace as well, but his finishing, for me anyway, is really, really bad. You might notice it from the games I played with him. Sometimes when I had the chance, I just wasn't be able to score with him, which was pretty annoying. But yeah, the team I built around him, which was the team you saw also in the previous episode with the Inform Bill as a striker, was okay to play with. But again, not the most favorite team I played with. Was also mainly because of the defense. Chiellini and Barzagli, they just weren't doing it for me. So yeah, if you want to build this team, I would probably change the defense, and then I think the team is actually very, very good in game. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to be the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like. Would be very much appreciated. And if we can get 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.